Rainbow's End is currently New Zealand's only operating amusement park, and with it being home to over 20 rides and attractions, there is no wonder it is loved by so many. However, today we're going to count down the top 10 rides at Rainbow's End. Starting off at number 10, we have Dodgems. And no matter whether you want to drive your very own retro 1960s car, or you are just looking for another interactive attraction, then this is the ride for you. The only thing is, however, it is not all easy driving, because as you can probably guess by the name, along your journey not only will you and your passenger be able to freely drive around the oval-shaped indoor zone, but you will also be able to crash and bash into the other cars, creating an incredibly fun experience that I would feel wrong not putting on our top 10 list. If crashing, bashing and dashing is not for you though, but instead you'd rather take part in a high-speed race against all of your family and friends, then look no further. As for our number 9 position, we have Family Karts, which, trust me when I say, despite being a family go-kart track, definitely provides the thrills, with as soon as you have put your foot to the metal, you racing around the many twists, turns, slopes and 30-meter straight sections that this ride offers at a top speed of 23 kilometers an hour. How crazy does that sound? And if you do not want to race that fast, then do not fear, as this car also has a passenger seat too. It is time to face the almighty Scorpion. As for our number 8 spot, we have Scorpion Karts, our personal favourite track at the park, and for a good reason. As for starters, similar to family go-kart track, your kart will be able to reach speeds of up to 22 kilometers an hour as you manoeuvre around those tricky twists and turns. Yet for me, what makes this go-kart track so amazing is the fact that in addition to this, you will also encounter many of the park's other rides and attractions, allowing you to get some pretty awesome photos whilst you race around at this pretty crazy speed. Have you ever wanted to explore deep into an exploding gold mine? Well, I sure have, but if that is you too, then you have got to take a ride on our number 7 spot, Gold Rush, because believe it or not, on this highly immersive mining themed family coaster, you will be able to do exactly that. Nevertheless, this is not your normal coaster, because instead of being designed by such famous manufacturers as Mack or Zamperla Rides, this is both designed and created by the park itself, meaning that along your journey through the mines and over the water, you will have no clue when the next big drop is coming. For our number 6 spot on our top 10 list, things are starting to become a lot more mystical, as we have Log Flume, New Zealand's only water attraction. And so before we do begin to talk about the enchantments that lie within, if you are visiting the park on a hot day, then we suggest putting this right at the top of your bucket list. However, even though the giant 17-meter drop is definitely the highlight, what makes this ride so great is that the other 7 jam-packed minutes are full of lush scenery, cheeky pirates, mystical trees, dragons, unicorns, and the list drags on and on and on, which is pretty incredible if you ask me. Top 5. And coming in for this position, we have the one and the only Invader, where you, of course if you think you have what it takes to look past that extremely uncomfortable spine-crushing Zamperla disco restraint, we'll be able to board a humongous 24-person disc for an experience that you will never ever forget. Quite literally, because not only will you be spun around and around, faster and faster, but you will also head up, down and over that 80-metre W-shaped track, causing even the bravest of thrill seekers in the group to hold on very, very tight. Make sure to get your sick bags at the ready, as no matter how dizzy you think a flat ride can get, our number 4 spot is going to exceed that, as we have Power Surge, the ride for any of you adrenaline junkies out there, because in a nutshell, from the moment you board to getting off again, extremely dizzy I'll let you know, your seat will freely rotate upside down, whilst also spinning around on a central hub that will then, believe it or not, also be spun on a spinning, twisting and rising mega arm. So yeah, this ride is plain down crazy, and so with those funny interactions that you can also get with the other guests, this is also one that is definitely top 4 worthy. Here we are at the top 3 rides at the park, and for our number 3 position, we have Corkscrew Coaster, the park's oldest, but in my eyes best roller coaster, as firstly just looking at this coaster is incredible, with its rainbow coloured train racing around all of those classic aerodynamic track. And on ride this incredibleness only continues, with you racing around this track full of many steel drops, turns, loops, and of course the much beloved corkscrew, really finishing off the ride with a bang. So what are you waiting for? Book a trip to Rainbow's End, New Zealand for this roller coaster experience, truly like nothing else. Who here loved their childhood swing? Well, obviously you did, but how about if it spun and rotated completely upside down? As for our number 2 spot, we have the Stratosphere, which has taken your classic childhood swing ride to the next level. Although if you're still not getting no shivers yet, then you just wait and see, as in addition to doing all of this at some pretty bonkers speed, you'll also get some crazy upside down hang time at 30 meters in the air, and therefore you do not need to be a rocket scientist to know why this is one of the only rides in the world to have 150 centimeter minimum height. We have made it to the number 1 spot, and in my eyes for the best ride at the park, we have got no other than Freefall. And where do I begin when talking about this ride? As if I was going to talk about every fun and petrifying part, we would literally be here all day. Yet to start from the beginning, as soon as you walk into the park and see this brightly coloured 18-storey drop tower, you'll instantly either want to run away or take a ride. And you should definitely do option 2, as words literally cannot describe how amazing its rise, views across the park and surrounding area, as well as that humongous plummet at the end, really are. And so I think it is very easy to see why this is at our number 1 spot. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.